All right, team. So today I'm going to deep dive right into the Ford F-150 Trimmer. I think this is by far the most underrated pickup truck out there. And I think if you're looking at a new vehicle, new truck, this has to be on your radar. I'm not going to give you some bullcrap detail about all the specifics that this truck has and all the extremely minute details on why you should get it. I'm going to give you an honest freaking review, a long-term review of the F-150 Trimmer. I've had mine for 3 years now, and I gotta say, it's mind-blowing. So stay tuned. Let's get into this video and talk about the Ford F-150 Trimmer. All right, so a lot of people out there don't know what a Ford F-150 Trimmer is, or the Trimmer package in general is. You're starting to see them more and more. Let me tell you this. If you're looking for the Clark Kent of trucks, and when I say that, I mean this just with all my heart. This F-150 Trimmer is like Clark Kent. It's nice and pretty on the outside, a little above average, but underneath you have Superman waiting to tackle anything. And I mean anything. The F-150 Trimmer in the last 3 years has been a phenomenal truck. I love every second of it, and I cannot recommend it more. This truck can handle anything you throw at it, including trails, hiking, camping trips, long road, cross-country trips with the family, plenty of room to put everything in the back. And on top of it, you have a great suspension. You have great electronics, and just everything inside is just chef's kiss. In the last 3 years, I've put 36,000 miles on my truck, which is below average, I think. But I gotta say, I've loved every second of it. The F-150 Trimmer is really, really special. It stands out in a way that's subtle but aggressive, if that makes any sense at all. I've been at stoplights where truck enthusiasts have come up and been like, man, that is a beautiful, beautiful truck. I've even taken it at Cars and Coffee and gotten so many questions about it. So if you're looking at something that can handle anything you throw at it, the F-150 Trimmer really, really needs to be up on your list. It's the little brother of the Raptor, I guess, in a sense, but I think it's so much more. When you look at the F-150 Trimmer, it has a lot of the same components that you find in any other F-150 with like special little things to it, such as the dash is really soft touch materials throughout the door panels. The Trimmer has all this really nice orange lining on it, a lot of aluminum, great to the feel, and it just looks really, really high tech, especially if you upgrade the options. Mine was sitting on a lot when I got it, and I traded in my FX4 for it. And I gotta say, it was like night and day. If you're an FX4 fan and you have one, those are great trucks as well. But the Trimmer is gonna take you light years ahead. It is a beautiful, beautiful truck. And I can't just say enough about it. So now with my F-150, what I've done with it, I've gone on long trips across the country. I've driven it from California to Texas and back, really. I use it for commuting. I'll go camping in it. I'll go grocery shopping in it. You name it. It's really the do-all for our household. My wife drives it. She feels comfortable in it. It's not too high and it's not too low. So I will say that the Trimmer is underlooked. Not enough people know what they are. And when I get questions about it, I sometimes don't know how to describe it myself. My best way to describe it is I use the Jeep Rubicon, really. I tell people it's like a Jeep Rubicon of trucks. It's made for trails. It's made for getting out there. The rear end, it comes out of the F-150 Raptor. A lot of the underbody comes from the Raptor. We have skid plates as well. It is an enthusiast truck that lets you daily it on a regular basis and not have to worry about it being too wide or too obnoxious or, whatever else comes with the Ford Raptor. Let's just be honest. But the Trimmer really sets itself apart just because it is so versatile. I can't voice that enough. You hop in and it's like you're jumping into a really soft interior, like a cockpit that's just like full of innovation. And I know that sounds cheesy, but it's very, very accurate. The tech inside this thing, especially if you're upgraded, the touchscreens are responsive, has smart driver assistance. It reads when you're not touching the steering wheel. I love every feature that Ford came out with. Again, I'm not going to jump into every little thing that my F-150 has, but it is pretty well loaded. I just got to say, if you're looking at building one, you can't go wrong. I do suggest that you get the option that comes with the full leather inside because that's really, really special. It says Trimmer on it. You have this orange gold piping around all the seats. And there's even like little hidden American flags that nobody ever seems to talk about, which I think is really, really cool, especially as a military veteran. I look at that stuff and I'm like, that's totally rad. I've seen them on other F-150s as well, but when I see it in the Trimmer all gold, it really, really pops. Now you can always tell an F-150 Trimmer over a regular F-150 because you look at the grill. The grill itself looks pretty plain until you notice the orange bar that runs right through the middle. That right there is the designation that this is a Trimmer. This is something special. And then you work your way around the sides and you'll see that the color coordinated the gold onto the little the vents on the right and the left side of the pickup truck. Those are also matched and they say Trimmer on the side. I thought that was a really, really nice touch. And then as you progress and you look down, you get to see that the steps are very similar, or actually maybe right off of the Raptor. Really cool. I've never had any issues with them. They look fabulous, but I have noticed over the 3 years that they don't look as fresh as they once did, but I think that's pretty normal for steps. Let's just be honest. And then you get the cool Trimmer decal on the back. I actually swapped mine out for more of an aggressive look, Raptor style. I thought that really made it pop a little different. And then what the cool part about the Trimmer is not only do you get all these other perks that come from the Raptor underneath, you also get the overhead auxiliary switches, which I hooked mine up to some floodlights up front right near the A-pillars. I think it made it look really, really great. If you're looking at adding more lighting, it was super, super simple install. And I really I don't know, I like the way it looks when you're sitting in your cab. Downfall is if you have kids, they always want to touch those damn things. My niece and nephew love those. All right, so there you have it. That is a very, very brief video on the F-150 Trimmer, and honestly, why I think it should be on your radar. It is super dependable. It gets just the right amount of looks. It sets itself apart from the rest of the F-150s out there, and it's super, super capable. This thing is, in my opinion, like the Superman of trucks, the Clark Kent of trucks. And it's just so amazing. Again, my wife loves it. My family loves it. It has just become a staple point in our life. And I gotta say, every time I hop out of this truck, I look back at it. Like I've said in the past, I've owned 31 vehicles now in 17 years. And this is easily over Mercedes and Beamers and all these high-end cars. This F-150 Trimmer has to be by far my favorite truck. Now, tell me below in the comments, am I wrong or am I right? Maybe I missed another vehicle that's underrated. I know Chevy has a few things. Tell me down below in the comments. If you're new here, go subscribe, like this video. I really, really appreciate it. Go find me on Instagram, Talk Cars. And you know what? Stay in touch. Let's go out there, drive with passion, and, continue on. All right, guys, until next time.